Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 9 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day out there, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. You are responsible for your own happiness. Happiness never comes from outside of you. If you put happiness in someone else's hands, they can always take it away. Happiness can only come from inside you, and it is a result of your love. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. Had the Dow Industrials down $1.16, Nasdaq off 36, S&P's off 15, gold contract down $8.80, trading at $1,377 an ounce. Silver down 34 cents at $21.58 an ounce. Platinum off 26 bucks at $1,480 an ounce. Copper down 4 pennies at $3.20 a pound. Now, what's interesting about copper, folks, copper's going after its swing low of 304. It breaks that swing low, it's going to be a monster ABC down. A couple copper stocks are doing an ABC down right now. Oil down 52 at 95.24 a barrel. Bonds up 23 ticks at 139.20. And bond market, folks, rejected lower price, did it with lighter volume, came right back inside the range, going topside. Totally makes sense why. The whole world thinks rates are going up. Guess what? Bottom line, bonds are going topside again. King dollar. Now, check this out. So King dollar down 566 ticks at 81.08. King dollar come down hard again. Came down hard last Thursday. Last Thursday, however, he had 100,000 contracts. You're at 50,000 now. What's that all about? Well, it's all about the yen. Yen down 273 inside the dollar index. Not the largest weighting, euro's largest weighting. Bottom line, yen at 96.04 hits the dollar index. The thing that's wild about all of this is that gold still couldn't move, folks. With that dollar index down, that's saying, we go back to gold for a second, gold wants to go test that April low. That's how that baby is set up right now. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Okay. We got some deviance here, folks. It's a beautiful thing. So, we come down 16 bucks today, and we are at the 1626 level right now. Okay, so what do we have? We do 650 million. Now, the 650, folks, is larger than yesterday. We hit 599 on the way up. But what I expect you're going to see here is that there's still going to be another bounce. This is just wild watching this whole thing shake out. And this is why. So we come down with 653, going into 729. And the way this is just set up, it's a range right now. And I suspect, you know what, we still want to hit this 1655 on the S&P cash. If we go over to the SPY for a second and look at the SPY, what you're going to see is this. The SPY, we came down, you had an expansion of volume compared to yesterday, 153 million. But the 153 million, folks, is going into the 200 million. So it's like, okay, this baby's not done testing. I don't expect we'll get to the highs, but you know what? The SPY wants to get to 165.17, you know. So it's going to be interesting to see how this shakes out. That's on your S&Ps. We'll go over to the Dow Industrials. We take a look at the Dow. What you have with the Dow is this. She pulled back 116 bucks. We're at the 15,122 area. I expect she's going to bounce too. And the wild thing about this whole deal, folks, okay, is that none of the other markets have bounced at all. You know, we had Europe down. We'll go through that. Asia was down. Asia's going to be down tonight. Because you had that yen get smoked. So the Nikkei tonight will get taken. Nasdaq Composite, we go over to the Composite, we look at the Composite, you have just about the same type of setup. So the Composite, we come down 36 bucks. We did 1.5 billion, which is going against the 1.6. So what you have, it's still an ABC structure on the way down, but I just don't see the B to C point finished yet. That's how this thing is set up right now. If we go take a look at the 3 Qs, what you have inside the 3 Qs is this. We come down with 39 million shares. The 39 million is coming against 62. So it's like, you know what? It's going to have to build some more cars in order to get to lower price. If we look at the Russell 2000, we use the IWM inside the Russell 2000. It was just a sideways market today. You're down $1, but that's literally a sideways market. You did 43 million shares. That 43 is going into 46. You know, gold contract. What we have with gold is this. Now, gold, folks. Bottom line, should have accelerated up in a big way today. Dollar gets smoked again. Gold still couldn't move. We got down to 1364. You did 132,000 contracts. That sets up. This April low is going to get whacked, and that's at 1323. Bonds came back to life. And it totally makes sense too, because everywhere you looked out here, all I hear all day this morning, rates are going up. Not even close. Bottom line. Bonds get to a low of 137.25 and just rocket ship off that baby. We're at 139.19. You're back inside the range. You know, this will start building cause for higher price. Let's go to our man Rick in British Columbia. Hey, Rick, what's going on?
How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. You having a good day?
I'm having a real good day, but I'll tell you, over the last 2 or 3 weeks, I think I should call my last name Bradley, even though it isn't, because I'm waiting for that 22nd Bradley model date.
That's good. So so June 22nd is the Bradley model?
It is, and that's a Saturday. So, you know, maybe a top on light volume on a Friday, who knows. But, you know, what I like to do, and I think you do too, you know, the SPYs, technically, do they not have volume at the highs?
Yeah, you can make that argument. So what he's saying is this, folks, okay, is that the high that was established on the 22nd does have volume. Yes, it does.
And, you know, and the IWM...
Now, that's on the daily, but it absolutely does.
Yeah, and the IWM did a little doji today, which means, you know, we might drop just to, I don't know, 96 and a quarter. The SPX looks like we could test 1600 at the worst. And, you know, we did a little doji, which cut off into the halfway move, but we'll see to the downside from yesterday, you know, which would just be a little bit lower in the IWM. But the stock that actually is the strongest right now, that's been the biggest dog that we might want to keep an eye on if the Bradley works, is Intel. You know, because Intel is actually looking pretty darn powerful, and those highs got to get retested again. What do you think?
Let's take a look. So, well...
Or do you think... I know
Intel's a little bit different now. Let me just say, because if we look at Intel, I see what he's looking at. You're looking at a shooting star high up here of...
Well, it had lighter volume
25.
the previous day, but, you know, on a weekly it has volume sitting up there. I only went to, you know, a few months, but I don't know how far over we got to go on that one, but...
Yeah, but see, when you put this, if you're watching Tiger TV right now, Rick, if you put this on a monthly... You know, this gave it up big time. You know? And this is where, you know, what you do, folks, is that you always want to basically go from, you know, a daily, weekly to a monthly. You know, because on this monthly, it's
and before I sign off, I've heard more people say it, and I've kind of seen it myself because it's staring you right in the face. Is there any chance that Apple on a daily has an inverted head and shoulder to take it just over $500? And then we know it at least has to come back to the neckline and probably lower over time. But what do you think about that?
Yeah, I think Apple's in trouble. No, I can't. You know, right now we're at 437. Apple should have been able to move topside
yesterday.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right. It absolutely should have been able to, and it just couldn't handle it. So, you know, you have that high volume low at 418. We're at 437. You have a high volume low on a weekly at 385 and in a monthly.
No, I seen that too. You're right.
Yeah. So, you know, yesterday it had a shot. And what's stopping it, folks, you got to go all the way back to January 24th. When this thing got smoked the last time, meaning, you know, Apple had gapped down from 514 to 450, that supply line is huge. That's 52 million shares there. And Apple just can't handle it. And, you know, what happens is this, too, folks. Just say you got to wrap your head around this, okay? When you have an equity that has gone up as dramatically as Apple, well, guess what? This, you know, you get pullbacks. You know, I mean, you know, and bottom line, you know, Apple went from $78, folks, nonstop up to $700. That doesn't happen on the stock market, folks, okay? It doesn't happen on the stock market without getting whacked.
Okay, well, I'll give you a call next week when we're about 3 or 4 days away from the 22nd.
You do that, man. I appreciate it, Rick.
Okay.
Hey, listen, who are you rooting for in the Stanley Cup?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I used to be a diehard Boston fan, and I switched. I'm a flip-flopper. I think I'm going for Chicago this time.
Oh, my God. Oh.
Yeah, because, hey, they beat the Canucks there, and the referees put their whistle in their pocket.
Damn.